Because I don't know why they did that. Like, when they had the four lunches, you know, they have the lunch in the middle of class. Like, that's my favorite, but I like.
I'm gonna say the truth, and I'll be honest. School isn't that bad. I mean, I get a break from home, and we basically need education. Without school, we really can't function much unless you want to be a YouTuber or Twitch streamer, but it's not really a job, or probably in a couple of years that probably won't be an option with how much YouTube's probably losing, having to pay all these YouTubers and stuff. Same time, they probably gain a little bit of it. But I'm just gonna say something. School really isn't that bad. We have many. You probably scrolled upon one of those shorts of somebody saying, "Why the fuck is school 4 or 5 days a week? It should be like 3 or 2 or 4." And these people are just over exaggerating. Like, we treat school and we say school is a prison or something. Really, it's not that bad. And as I was gonna say before one of my friends ended up interrupting me from continuing in my rant, we really do need education to function, because the more we learn, the more goes into our brains. And if we don't learn anything, we can't get a job. That's basically just simple stuff. You have to pass, get credits in high school in order to pass, and we're seeing kids flunk. Ever since the No Child Gets Left Behind Act of, I think it was 2004, no kids have been failing grades anymore, and that's not good, because if you fail a grade, it's for a reason, and that's why you're supposed to fail the grade. You know? So, failing a grade teaches you, oh, I made a big mistake, I need to start practicing a lot more. And that shows them what they did before was a little wrong. They must practice a little bit more, try a little bit harder. And another thing is that kids treat school like, oh, it's absolute shit or something. No, if you go home and you just play Fortnite the entire day and then you go to school and disrespect the teachers, it just shows that nobody really cares. Your parents aren't disciplining you. A good parent is a parent that cares about what her or his kid does, because you need discipline. You need to learn what's right and what's wrong, and what's disrespectful and what's respectful. Because without any of that, you're an irresponsible, excuse my language, but you're an irresponsible piece of shit. Like, you're not learning anything. You probably end up like one of those people on the streets selling drugs, or even worse, just... Now, I don't mean to be insulting to a specific community, but most of the kids nowadays will just sag their pants, walk around the school, throw up gang signs, put their hoodies over their heads with these spray ground book bags, flexing money. Like, that's just immature. Like, I know I might sound like a boring, stupid guy ranting, but I'm just honestly trying to tell the truth, because I'm kind of sick of this. Now, I'm gonna say something. First day of school today, I was really excited. And guess what? It did turn out good. It turned out really good. Probably one of the best first days of school I've ever had. I went to the school and I met like 50 friends I hadn't seen since in like years. I finally got reunited with my old friend group. Not that it was in the same condition, but it was still a friend group. I met a whole bunch of magnificent people and teachers who had retired from old schools. These teachers, and another thing, we disrespect teachers all the time. We look at them, we look at the strict teachers and say, oh, you're being so mean, the mean teacher. That's what people always say. Oh, the mean teacher, the mean teacher. No, if you really think about it, would you like to spend probably like 8 hours or possibly 9 hours a day giving off rants teaching kids subjects, and these kids won't even listen. They won't even pay attention to you. They don't even respect you. They'll be like, yo, teach, shut the fuck up, and stuff like that. That's just irresponsible and disrespectful. Like, no, that's not cool. And another thing, with the rise of Gen Alpha's aggression and them having power and being able to do whatever they want, they basically have the power of adults. And in this situation, for example, maybe a divorced housewife who has a son, maybe the son might say, oh mom, get me McDonald's, oh mom, clean my room, and they might be lazy, play Fortnite the entire day. They do all that at home, but realize that's at home, okay? They are disrespecting their own mother, and in that relationship, it's like the child's the adult and the mother's the kid, and the kid's doing everything while the adult, aka the child, is commanding everything. And so when they get to school and they don't get their way, they get mad. This is why discipline is necessary. We need discipline to grow up, function, hell, even bring out the belt. But nowadays, people look at the belt and the sandal like child abuse. Like, what happened to this world? We're so soft nowadays. Like, I don't get it. But I just want to say, man, I love school. And, you know, it isn't so bad like people say, like prison. Without school, you don't meet the friends you have, the people who change your life. And I already said the education, that's necessary, but you also need social skills. With kids sitting behind a screen the entire day playing Roblox, what skills are they going to develop? They're just going to be playing games the entire day. Eye strain, bad posture, and not social skills. At school, you learn social skills and you meet friends of your life. When you really go out there and you appreciate the world, you'll see how beautiful it is out there. Even though I'm saying beautiful, it might not be as beautiful. There's a lot of wars, a lot of controversy, politics, stuff like that. But if you turn away from all that, and I'm not saying you should turn away from all that, sometimes it's a good idea to focus on that and then maybe like maybe form your own opinion, or maybe some way you can help. Now, that's not recommended, but it's just a little suggestion. But aside from all that, if you ignore that part of life, you'll see how beautiful stuff are. Like, if you watch my video, Small Patch of Heaven, you would see the grass was so green, the skies were so blue, everything was so clean, the outside world was so fucking beautiful. Everything was beautiful when you went outside. But throughout the years, we've been playing video games and eating junk food a normal daily thing that happens now. And that has benefited to 43% of Americans being considered obese, and that's not a good thing. That's really terrible. We're one of the countries with the highest obesity rates, and we don't even have free healthcare. England has free healthcare. With concerning England, maybe they could put a little share into us to actually like use the healthcare in case, like, I don't know, someone fat has a stroke or a heart attack. But maybe then we should probably encourage more people to go to the gym. No, I'm not saying I go to the gym, but I'm not fat, neither am I obese. Now, for example, obese would be 20 pounds over being fat. Now, I weigh 155. If I were to weigh more than 169 pounds, I would be fat. And if I weighed 20 pounds over 170, which would be 190, I'd be considered obese. Now, I just want to conclude this. I'm getting really off topic, but first day of school, August 13th, 2026, was really great here. I wish I could have done school maybe in 1995 or something. But hey, I mean, you get what you get. But one thing I really hate, and many people might disagree with me on this, but it's the fact that we've basically went all digital when learning in schools. With apps like Schoology, iExcel, iReady, we're basically not barely using textbooks or regular books nowadays. Everyone's gone digital, and this really is the future. It's coming on, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. You can't ask what era to be born in, and you can't do any of that. That depends on maybe God or your parents. But hey, I mean, today's one of the best days of school ever, and I highly enjoyed it today. Probably the first ever day of school that I've actually really enjoyed and looked forward to. And hey, now I'm a 9th grader. I'm not in middle school no more. I'm in high school now. Maybe for the better. I've chosen a career in technician, FBI, something around that. But for the better, I just want to make a conclusion to this video, and I want to wish y'all, most kids have probably already started school, and most probably haven't, but I just wanted to wish y'all good luck on your first day of school. You may or may not need it. Alright, see ya. I'm out.